blast that out. So yeah, Bitcoin macro. We're going through some chops. The job report, was it positive today? So therefore, it's negative for risk assets. I think I didn't quite catch it, but either way, the bit of a reaction to the job report. We since rebound. We're in this kind of phase of chop. There's people calling tops. There's people calling whatever else. It's the kind of the usual what we had over the last 6 months before this rally. Individuals just need to kind of take a breath. We're still good. Things are going to be probably a little choppy here for another few weeks as we get in through the inauguration here. But any kind of catalyst there at that point could rocket us out there. So for the most part, we're kind of unchanged to where we were over the last few days here, with some up and downs. AI crypto market cap is now at 14.4 billion. It's down 19%, 19.24%. So down a bit more, but rallied here a bit here this morning with Binance spot listings for AI XBT, Cookie, and CGPT, one that wasn't actually on my radar. But Binance in here saving some bags with some AI listings. Hopefully some more to come. But we'll watch that. And then NFTs are kind of green on the day, but red on the week, which I kind of expect. Hopefully some more chop here for another 5 to 10 days before we look for some rally there. Still looking for more discounts is what I'm trying to say. On the NFT side of things, volume 13.65 down a bit on Ethereum. Solana pretty steady at 2.13 and ordinals at 1.98. Bitcoin Trump launched his ordinals here just recently. We'll see if that brings some attention to the ordinal space. Other than Quantum Cats, it's been fairly quiet. Notable daily movers, we got Kaido Genesis. Kaido is a kind of a sentiment platform. They've been doing these interesting things on trying to understand smart profiles, and then in their interactions, they're earning kind of points essentially, and with that, they've gifted people that are in the top 100 points some ETH, and this Kaido Genesis token might relaunch to a token and an airdrop, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a more improved kind of platform to what we might have seen with something like NFT nerds and things like that in the back in the day. But kind of an interesting one. It's really cooked. It's been consistently going up, but a nice 44% rally here over the last little bit. It's getting pretty pricey at this 7.5 ETH. Not sure if it has value beyond where it's at now. That's kind of a hard read given that there's not a lot of clarity around it, but worth a mention. AI's 16Z partners up 40%, but pretty much flat to where we were on Tuesday. So again, that chop. And then Doodles up 5.6%, but down again on the week. So NFTs are mostly flat. On the meme coin side of things, as I mentioned, we got some rallies here for AIXBT from the listing, up 28%, down overall, I think, over the last few days. Pippin up 118%, 224 million. FAI up 25%. Bully up 24%. Continues to show some strength there. And Trisig up 8%. So overall, not bad. I know Fur's happy to see Trisig up. And then prediction markets for rate change, that remains fairly convinced at a 97% no change. Not a lot going on in prediction markets otherwise. Some Canadian politics getting in there, but sure most people are all that interested in it. So we won't add it into the prediction markets. But I will look for anything that's interesting that kind of tells us leading indicators for prediction markets after this rate change here. So
Polymarket, please give us some bets so we can talk about. Honestly, I thought after the election it'd be like they'd be more putting out more bets. Maybe they're waiting for the new administration and stuff to come in or something. Because didn't they get like didn't the guy get the owner got like not raided, but anyways got like
yeah.
something went on. But anyway, thank you so much, Rotes. I appreciate the review.
Mm-hmm.
What we're gonna go over now for those that looking like this week, Rotes.
Yeah, I'm at home on a Friday, so I got that quality internet.
Oh,
Let's hide this chat box here for a second. So volume is kind of stabilizing here, and I like that. I want to see everything kind of, like I said, stay a bit cool for NFTs for another 5 to 10 days. Get us those nice entries as kind of everything took off, maybe a little quicker than everyone expected. So far that's looking good. Um, what I am seeing is a general downtrending of daily active unique traders. So that less active wallets trading per day. So that's come down a bit. It's still really strong since the end of November here, but we are down to kind of end of November levels here over the last little bit. OpenSea versus Blur. Blur still drives the volume. Nothing really has changed, to be honest. I mean, maybe a little bit more transactions going on OpenSea here over the last little bit. You can kind of see that dip down in there where OpenSea's gained a little bit more of the transactional volume. Surprised it's not more, given the airdrop expectations and the potential rewards you can get from taking advantage of that right now. And then the other bit, seeing basically the blue chip index, were up about 175% on the 6 months. I'm looking for maybe another, say, 5% pullback into that like 168 kind of mark there. Ironically, a kind of a interesting fib level, but really just levels that we've been at in the last little bit here. So, say another 5% pullback roughly across the board on NFTs, and then we're probably looking for go time. Little Pudgy's airing out my chart here, but looking over the last 30 days, Azuki leading the way, um, along with Sappy Seals. Interesting enough, but yeah, and then anything else there? Killer Bears was another one I mentioned. They really seem to gain strength in pockets, and then cool off. I think they're an interesting value play, just given the quality of the animation team that's in behind there, etc. Much smaller project, so it doesn't make quite as much noise on the timeline, but it's always kind of been one of my cult watches there. So that's an interesting kind of obscure play that we haven't mentioned too much. But otherwise, across the board here, everything is doing pretty well with a bit of retracement, which is good. Taking a look at the volume leaders here, which is the majors here. Like I said, off the top of the show, Cato Genesis really been running pretty hot here over the last little bit. These NFTs, I would assume, give you access to the platform. The platform's pretty expensive, but then also access to potential token airdrops, etc. At this price, I would be hesitant. Given we don't necessarily know what's at. It's much riskier play. Azuki kind of flat from where it was earlier in the week, but still kind of leads my most interesting spot, where I think all it's going to take is the announcements that come through with Azuki. There's kind of been this like rumor on the timeline as well that there's like some kind of Azuki slash Doodle uh, either collab, or there's something coming where Azuki and Doodles, or maybe they're just playing off each other and um, you know building off the timeline, but there's a bit of interest around that. Of course, neither of them really have the tokens coming, all that kind of stuff. So both interesting in that respect, but I still lean Azuki ecosystem there. And then Apes mentioned that the next demo is persistent thereafter. Is that correct, Brent? Or Danksy, we
For
hear that
the
on the timeline?
for the what's it called? The next for other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do two things. They do like where you can just test out the other side, and they have that like game, like the shooting game that they have, which last month, which is like more PvP.
Mm-hmm.
And that last month, I think they canceled it or postponed it. This next one's coming up though. I don't know exactly what date. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly dates on that, but I don't know if Danksy knows. But either way, I have a question before you go on. Like, for me, I've been thinking about what do you think it'll take to really for this NFT bull to like stick where we kind of cross the chasm where it just the momentum keeps going. Do you think it's like a certain catalyst, or do you think it's just floor prices need to just hit such a momentum, like new mints start heating up, Do you think it's like a certain catalyst that it needs to push it there, or it could just be a momentum thing that we just haven't hit yet?
These airdrops, I think, are one part of the catalyst. Obviously, the Pudgy Penguins and their token kind of started this all off. Well, I mean,
So like maybe
the catalyst was.
maybe I should phrase that real quick before you go on. Like,
Mhm.
in order for if we were to see like a full on bull market where the maybe I don't think every project obviously or even a lot, maybe 10 projects from 2021 to hit their all time highs. I know apes are a little bit of a different story because they reached so high. Even I think that's possible if over extended period of time. But most of these projects to go back to all time highs, what a bull market is. What do you think that's going to take? Is there going to be like a singular catalyst, or do you think it would be more so just momentum hits a certain point where people, floor prices are going up, or we've hit a certain momentum point where it just keeps going? If you had to guess.
Excellent question. It's a good question when it's like a real thinker, and I I'm not sure I can pinpoint it.
Yeah.
Um, I think I think it's one of those situations where the 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 crypto market itself. I'm trying to think if the crypto market itself needs to kind of define itself, right? Where's things going on the majors? Where's things going on memes and AI? And then it's that rotation back into NFTs that will start to move things. And as soon as things start to pick up again on NFTs, it you get the parallel kind of, hey, this is the same as 2021, 2022. Memes are going to rally, and then it's just a kind of the momentum that will pull from there. Um, I would like to say OpenSea could be a catalyst. A nice big airdrop kind of happening there, but relying on OpenSea has been tough in the past. So I can't say that's the case. And then the other part that I think is also interesting is if we can get one or two really hot new mints, I think that also could spur a lot of energy in the market. So keeping an eye on that, where you have a new collection come in. Azuki kind of in a lot of ways was that last year near the, I guess, towards the end of the cycle, but Azuki came in there with a really strong mint, and that was towards the tail end, but really showed the momentum within the NFT space, as well as Moonbirds, right? So, new projects coming in and being successful, I think, is also an interesting catalyst. But I can't pinpoint anything specifically, which maybe that's a cause for slight hesitation. But I don't know. What's your thoughts, Brent?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly my thoughts. Is I have no idea, right? I think usually
Hmm.
it is some type of singular catalyst, but I think we're in an interesting time with crypto and NFTs kind of in a bold together. That it could just be floor prices get to a certain point where momentum just kind of spills over. But I kind of tend to think there'll be some type of big catalyst that does it. Maybe it's abstract or a bunch of catalysts in one that just kind of sends these things kind of over 20, 20, 30 ETH, where it's kind of like definitive that we're in a bull market. But I have no clue yet, man. That's interesting. I probably a singular event, but it's
Hmm.
tough.
What did I miss? There was another fire situation.
Another
Uh,
fire situation.
the what's going to send the NFT market?
Yeah. Abstract. We'll see how abstract does. We'll see how the Azuki anime airdrop, if that ever happens.
Hmm. So both kind of lending. I mean, I think airdrop season still tends to, but like post airdrop, you don't necessarily see the airdrop flood money back into NFTs. I don't even think we've seen it with Blur back in the day. So, you know, we expect these airdrops to be kind of like a catalyst. I think the lead up to airdrops, I guess, in a way, can be something. But yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, it seems like Pudgies every single time they just keep announcing airdrops. It sounds like they should do a third, fourth airdrop.
Yes.
Seems like people are just buying into that. Not really sure. It seems like there hasn't really been innovation in
Hmm.
NFTs, right? It's still PFP, token gate situation, community situation, but nothing really new. Maybe it's the AI stuff, and but that's still community. That's still PFP. That's still in that same situation as 2021.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think probably some kind of maybe the abstract thing pushes it over the edge. Maybe it's something completely out of the that we're not even thinking about infrastructure wise. Maybe it's something celebrity wise again. Who knows? I think eventually it will spill over. And we're just kind of being in that like first move off of the lows, kind of maybe somebody who's been around for a while, like in Bitcoin in 2020, where we got that move off of the COVID lows and then we consolidated for, I don't know, a couple months and then really got that momentum picking up. I think that's probably maybe what happens here with NFTs.
Hmm.
For me, again, I think the top 10, 2021 collections probably continue to do well. A lot of them go back to all time highs. My 2021 bets, besides the mutant and a few Yuga assets I have, is in V Friends. I think that compared to what some of these other products are at, that gap's going to close. And then besides that, I mean, the meme coin NFTs, I think we've seen the first kind of test of this or whatever proof of this with AI16Z partners going from like one ETH to or one Sol to 10 Sol this last week, just off of the back of AI16Z popping off. And then Zero Borns, obviously, earlier this month went from like 1 to 10 Sol as well. I think that meta has not even caught on it yet at all. And it's just going to be huge. The convergence of memes and NFTs. Everybody I talk to, are like, wait, that makes sense. Like, and I think this hasn't hit off yet. These meme coins are already the best tokenized communities. People are going to want to what's it called, flex and rep the official NFT collection of their favorite coin. So I think if you can get an Aeon, of course not everybody has the money. These things are still like 5-6K right now. USD. But if you can get an Aeon or a Sproto, I think right now you're going to be very happy this next year. Maybe it doesn't get up there with Pudgies and Azukis, and maybe they pull away completely. But I still think there's a good chance that some of these Sprotos, Aeons probably are on the top 10 NFT floor prices in general. Again, because of how strong the convergence of memes and NFTs are going to be. So yeah, Project Aeon moved down to 1.3 now. Sproto's there too. I think they're finally going to push above 2 ETH on this next runs on the memes. And I mean, just to see Sproto's above 1 ETH when Bitcoin hasn't even made new all time highs for 6 or 7 months tells you that there's a lot of people kind of seeing this narrative I'm talking about. And then once prices start to move up, I think we're going to see them pull away to like 10 ETH pretty quickly. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing. NFTs.
Good collections too. Those for the purpose of offers. I think the overall aesthetics of floor versus mains are all kind of similar. I think on a lot of the AI related NFTs. So those are the type of collections that are great for sending out a collection bid and getting a 10-15% discount. The other thing I thought of just as we're kind of as you're going on there that maybe there's some of this AI agent spillover that can push a little bit into the NFT space, whether it's continuation of AI agents adjusting their PFP to NFT collections, or whether or not they somehow get interest in NFTs. I think it's less likely to be a catalyst in the sense that it actually happens, but it could, and it could be something kind of like the celebrity thing where it takes some outside interest to help us kind of say, hey, yeah, someone else is going to buy our bags, or whatever kind of um, thing that occurs there to create a little extra hype.
Yeah, sorry. I got a call. So
No worries.
yeah, so I think right now a lot of the meme coin NFTs are freaking pennies. I would again, if you have some extra, Sol or ETH laying around, it's not necessary. I think there's a lot of gains in the memes, but I think there's some leverage bets if you have some extra ETH or Sol laying around in some of these meme NFTs. So interesting to see, what pushes memes. I'm sorry, NFTs finally into that like obvious, where it's obvious we're in the full on bull. I think abstract could get us there. But usually, how it tends to go is something out of left field that really was like shocks the market. That'd be cool to see, but we'll see what happens. Um, Anything else NFT related? I don't see anything from the chat. We are coming up on 11:50 here.
I think it's just been a boring week
Yeah,
altogether.
for
Yeah,
sure.
chop, right? Um, a bit more chop, I think, is probably likely over the next, 10 days here until we get to inauguration. I think that's what everyone's kind of waiting for market reaction wise, right? Is that market reaction positive or negative that time? That's the other question to it, but
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Oh yeah, the who has this up right now? Is that a Banksy?
Rhodes.
Or Rhodes? The digital, is that an ordinal?
This is, yeah, the Trump
Damn,
ordinals.
how much are they?
They are 0.00001 BTC, 1,000 sats.
Didn't some of them? There's like a limited one that really wait 1,000 sats.
Yeah, and they seem kind of cheap and they're not sold out. I don't
This is like
understand.
his like fifth NFT
I
collection, though.
thought I saw some
Yeah,
of them were going for
but
like
they're
point 0.1 Bitcoin. Maybe I don't know.
this doesn't.
Maybe that's just for the. I don't know.
DJT is definitely a serial builder in the Web3 space. This is, but
Serial builder.
Kind of seems like a go, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's that cheap,
What
even
am I
yeah,
missing here?
I think it's like I read it was like point 0.10.
Oh, is this only available for certain people?
Really? What do you
oh, it's like a
Exclusive
special
one of
claim.
one cards rewarded to buy who purchased 100 cards from the mugshot edition.
Damn.
So
It's actually
not
sick.
not not everyone can buy them. I was like, why this is so cheap? Why are they not sold out? This makes no sense. But
The
no, this
reselling
makes
that's gonna be
total sense now.
crazy. I'm
Yeah,
sure. Oh, that's must be what it is. Like someone reselling for point 0.10, which is like,
yeah.
geez, 8K.
If we go to
That might actually be a
Bitcoin
good one.
here,
Like the Trump ones that are limited, those might actually like be valuable someday. Who knows?
yeah.
Obsidian.
So 0.14 is the floor.
Do you see Mad Lads are at what like 75 sold or some shit? It's crazy.
Look at these things.
Yeah, those are insane. Insane.
Mugshot edition, one of one. Boom. So they're each one of ones.
Okay, so they're selling for like 0.14, 0.1, 0.08.
That's a PFP right there.
10,000
That is kind of sick.
to be a Trump.
That second one's a sick. Like if you're a Trump motherfucker, like
This should be his. This should be his PFP on his social media
can you
platforms.
imagine he changed that shit to that? That'd be so sick.
Right? Like that's clean.
That
That's
might be a
nice.
catalyst, like Trump himself, like making an NFT PFP. Can you imagine? That might send the NFT market into a bull, like
Right?
Trump
There
or
you go.
That'd be crazy.
Trump or Elon. I mean, the celebrity thing definitely that or like a recognized company coming out with an NFT project. I think also is
all of
there's
it.
various catalysts that can happen. It's so hard to like define what it is because it doesn't it doesn't take a lot, to be honest. Just like it doesn't take a lot for us all to panic and say that we're going to zero,
Yeah,
and the top is in already, right? Like we live in such a day by day kind of micro environment where like things go down 5%. We're like and then we get these good values in tokens, and it's like okay, well, Fartcoin now is only 800K. Let's plow in, and it's like, well, could it go lower? Is it going to come back? Like like you start doubting, right? And so even though it's like such obvious move,
yeah,
we struggle, right?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I think it could be a number of things. Like could be even be game come out of gaming. Like obviously GTA doesn't come out for a minute, but if like a game like GTA were to be like have a crypto thing, whatever, like you said, Elon's like probably a pretty. Oh my dude, I was gonna make a fuck, dude. Anyway, sorry, somebody texted me. The it could come out of GTA. like something like GTA to do it. Something would be pretty gnarly. Could come out of gaming, could come out of a number of places. Yeah, and Elon, like I was saying, he's always started the catalyst in Bitcoin memes. Who knows? Maybe he starts the bull in NFTs too. I wouldn't.
Where is his like post assassination attempt one? That one would just like, that'd be a 10 Bitcoin picture right there. NFT.
Yeah, people gotta make some for fun NFTs. I feel like that's kind of everything's kind of too serious right now for NFTs.
Hmm. Yeah, I would like to see a new collection. I think
Make
that's a
NFTs
catalyst,
fun again.
right? We had so much fun, and then we jumped onto these meme coins, and then AI is fun because you make good profits off of it because it just continues to go up, but it's not the same thing, right? It's not as fun as buying some ridiculous meme coin or some ridiculous NFT, or getting new mints all the time and revealing and then trading those, and that kind of stuff. Like that whole narrative is missing right now. And so, like I said, a couple good few new projects, just like we had that little bit of fun looking at Jirsen the other day. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you want to occur for it to drive some real energy into the NFT side of things. Because if you're just buying to speculate on a token drop, it's just not quite the same.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think literally any day, like usually the way these things work with Bitcoin, the last two with Bitcoin and memes were kind of Elon. Comes out of nowhere, just like a tweet from somebody or some company buying an NFT. Like all literally could happen at any time. Usually it's not out of complete nowhere. It's like usually out of after a little bit of momentum happens already, kind of how we're seeing now. So, I mean, could be anything. I think right now, I think either way, whether it's a super quick one and a super explosive one, or maybe a few month one. I think we're gonna get an NFT bowl, and yeah, and it'll be exciting. Damn, some of these Azukis look clean. I like that one with the fade that you just had. Damn, I like that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. This one's nice.
Yeah, I thought like they look so similar to elementals. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you were just want something to PFP, just buy an elemental, right? Like,
I think it just shows how much little, even though Azuki
oops.
like looks great, it's like how little this has to do with the art and how much it has to do with provenance and like speculating on getting airdrops and everything as of now.
Azuki took off because of the art, right?
Yeah,
But then they dumped hard because of the fact that elementals had arguably the same art, um, and in instances of better, right? So that
Go
was
up,
that
go
was a
up.
challenge.
yeah.
The
That's why
girl
people
with
are
the
saying the
fire one
elemental
on the red
collection.
background. Fire.
What's that?
The
The
girl with the fire on the red background.
Yeah, that is nice.
That
Yeah, a
one's
lot of the elemental rare ones they're saying are like
that's really
up
nice.
there, up there with like the entire Azuki.
Here you go.
Even
Here's your Spaces host.
the
This is
Elemental.
that ballad, sad ballad singer.
yeah, like his eyes closed, he's crying.
Oh, I like this one a lot.
You're gonna PFP that if you bought that. That'd be
All
crazy.
right. You get everyone following you. You're a chick on the timeline. You just never have to speak.
How did Mad Lads, dude? Fucking how they had 75 soul. I'm not trying to hate on any Mad Lads here. I'm sure there probably are. Like, still see a lot of representation, but what's going on?
There it was something to do with the FTX. They're like getting their funds back from FTX, I think. So they lost a bunch of funds because of FTX. I think is the story on there. They had basically everything in FTX, and so they've kind of returned and pumped because of the fact that those funds are being returned. So you saw that pump, sorry, back earlier in the week up to 83. But they have historically been super high. Like, what was the all-time high for Mad Lads in the recent time here? 230.
The art here is kind of funny. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's definitely funny.
Yeah, like, what's this guy? What's going on with this guy? Too many drugs?
Sorry, am I
Not enough drugs.
oh
This
yeah.
one's great.
Oh, what the fuck? That guy, what's the guy on the floor? Guy looks
Yeah, this guy's way too many drugs.
is he all right? Click on it.
You want to look at them again?
Holy
Because it's
sorry,
bug eyes,
I was looking at my phone. Holy shit, dude.
right? But then you get this guy, and it's like this
That's
is
clean.
this
Look,
one's sick,
it's looking clean. Honestly, maybe
right?
I'm funny. I'm a hater. Just ignore me. Honestly, those look nice.
You're just a hater. What
Yeah.
about the fourth one? What about the fourth one?
That
Fourth
one's
one's
not
kind of
bad.
nice.
No, all these
Fourth
Fourth
look
one's
one, this guy's
nice.
cozy.
happy as hell, right?
He looks cozy.
It looks nice in the way that
Cozy.
Suzuki looks nice. It's not like the same as Suzuki, but it looks clean like that. Like
Yeah, they're not bad. Oh, this one's pretty
I can
sweet
see the
too.
appeal on
Look at
them.
this.
I'm sure some of the rare ones look nice.
I never see them on the timeline.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
never see these on my timeline.
I
This is
see
the
them.
first time I've seen them.
I see them in a few
Right?
chats that I'm in, and a few like in the Telegram comments. But
What the?
yeah, yo, yo,
No way.
this
Dude, we
fucking-
should just only
Bug.
buy the tweaker ones. We should
yeah,
only buy the tweaker
we
ones.
should
Some of
form
these
a
are
tweet.
terrible.
We should form a tweet
Like,
for it with like that loose that you have and like a bunch of other shit. You know?
like, how are some of these so good, and then some of them are like just terrible.
Right.
Even this one.
This one looks like the mustache like crawled on his face.
There's
Yeah,
definitely some guy that looks exactly like that on crypto
there
Twitter.
is.
Like
Oh,
buying.
there's probably 100 guys that look like this guy, man.
That's the archetype of like so many dudes on crypto Twitter.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, that's
this
crazy.
is the new cool guy of the
Crypto Envy says, "What value
2020s.
does that give?" I don't know what you're referring to, Crypto Envy. If you want to be more specific, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, some of these like the one that Albert
Where does
Einstein,
this hand come from?
and he has a different color hand. Is that a glove? Yeah, that's a glove.
I know, but that glove doesn't fit his body.
Yeah, it's a too
Look
big
at how
of a
big that hand is.
yeah.
It's huge, and it's weird position.
Yeah, that's weird. Is there another man in
Like,
that picture?
It's like weirdly weird.
Another man in that picture is on the
These-
camera.
I mean,
No,
these
look
are
at
definitely
6792.
That one's clean if you're a female or you just want to have a female PFP. That guy's whacked out. He looks like an alien cyborg.
they're definitely mad.
Damn.
Yeah.
At least these are a good laugh. Yeah. Mad Lads, what do they do? Just PFP. So yeah, I don't know what they have going on as far as building or if they have any like
Oh, and in terms of FTX and what it does for the value, I don't know. I guess money in the community pot can allow them to build a game.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there was a time where, especially when NFTs were at their peak, nothing was more important than being able to. And I mean, in all fairness, you get some wild DGods too, but DGods at least look put together.
Dude,
For
Mad
sure.
Lads token coming out.
The lad token. Like, it's hard to find a DGod that you're looking at and being like, I want to PFP that, other than it being a DGod.
Oh, these look like they're too muted colors.
Yeah, they're very muted. I much prefer Utes.
Actually, the claynosaurs are pretty funny looking.
They're good, especially when you get that cropped in one for the PFP. So, like, if you're doing NFTs and you're doing a full body, it just it doesn't work, right? It's terrible for the collection. But then when you take this and you PFP this, that works, right? Clanos are really interesting. Animation studio IP wise, like, they've done some really impressive stuff in their short period of time. So I like them in terms of a Solana project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the cropped in one is so funny as a PFP.
Yeah, it works. Only problem is I don't know if there's a lot of differentiation at that point.
I remember being on like a
This one
space
looks pretty good.
back in like
There's your
2021,
PFP.
2022 about
I
that looks kind of cool.
like that one.
Wait, it shows a zoomed in version of the face and the
Yeah,
cool.
because you don't full body anything. Any NFT that's full body, it just does not work when it comes to PFPing, right? That's why you don't really necessarily see a lot of little pudgies on the timeline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas you like the secondary collections
It's
for
too
other
small.
ones, you see, right? Like Utes or Elementals, etc. Right?
Yeah.
where
Little
are
pudgies is
Utes?
weird because it's only like
There we
10% of the picture or the frame is like fucking.
Utes to me is the best.
Yeah, I mean those look nice,
art.
man.
Aesthetically, they're so well done.
I like the ones in the
Um,
racing suits. They look fucking clean. I like those, man. Like the fucking that, or like any of these are just fire. I don't know, man. The ones in just like the black hoodies, the clean ones, black glasses, like that, just clean.
they have their own color palettes, is what it is, right? So they're
What are these at? 3 souls still? It's pretty crazy to me, bro. I don't
yeah,
know. I guess. How many collection? 4,000? There's only 4,000 Utes.
yeah, because they were
Yeah, but
burned
the
to
DGod
get
stuff is like
DGod
an
token.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
The
it's
DGod
insane.
ecosystem is a nightmare. Frank is richer than all the holders combined because he's off here trading meme coins and doing that sort of thing, and then he's just gonna shoot from the hip on what's next for the ecosystem, which is
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's better off to like sell it or sell the NFTs, and I don't know.
yeah, I
It's
think I don't know if I were if maybe it's just better off if he's just I'm not an operator or builder like that, so I'm just talking on my ass. But like I feel like maybe if he was like he kind of already has started to do it, but like I'm not this is not what I'm trying to do anymore. Maybe I will pass it off to the community and just clearly say like I'm moving on or whatever. And then maybe that's not his prerogative, but like when you're just kind of like in the middle, I think people just get pissed and whatever. But I wish him the best, whatever. No hate. I don't know Frank personally like that, but I hope everybody it works out for everybody. Maybe they do pass it off to the community and it works out better that way. I'm not sure, but I think he said recently like you know he's not good at like whatever. I don't know. I feel like maybe they do sell it off or something, and I mean the art's nice, and maybe it becomes an artifact 30, 50 years from now, and they are worth something, but who knows? Doodles. What are they at now? 5.
just under 5,
Hmm. You got to think
4.89.
they're probably gonna get a coin too, right? Like if it's like,
I don't know how the coin fits for them.
yeah,
Is the thing. Like I I five ETH I think is probably fair value for them where they're at without a coin. But they're up here because of token rumors. But
yeah,
in terms of a collection that's out there, with absolutely building a brand and a business, they're right at the top, right, along with the other ones. So
yeah. The Adidas one. Why is that? Why is that trending?
I don't. Well, it's on the top here. I think I
Uh,
just clicked it when I tried to back up.
Meanland Captains 2 ETH still crazy.
Yeah, captains are weird.
Oh, have you heard of that one that's like pretty about mint that's coming out Teddies or whatever the hook? It's like pretty hype. I think it might be on Barachain though, but maybe not.
There's another mint, and I have to go back in my bookmarks to find it, but it's quite interesting as well. I think it's maybe it's an abstract. I'm trying to think where that. Why does it keep going back to weird stuff?
Wait, what?
Honestly, if you're trying to trade some stuff, if you go do the abstract mints, you'll probably make some money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
Because
true.
they're pretty popping right now.
I mean, it's just like when it's a new thing. Like you saw it with the ape chain NFTs as well, and ape chain coins. When it's new, people come in try to test it out, and you'd probably make some trades.
Yeah, for sure. Super
Where
early. Damn, they have like
is this
say and
collection?
everything on here. Did they just update all these chains like the last few days
But
on Magic Eden?
no, I mean, they're all over it all the time. Magic Eden
Yeah.
is definitely excellent at building that sort of thing out. How did I not? Maybe I just followed the.
Arbitrum NFTs. Damn. Base NFTs. What's the top base NFTs? Only
I
1.4
think
base
like
gods.
I don't know. There's not a lot of base NFTs.
There's not yet. Base gods. Look, this is the top one.
What?
1.4 ETH. No way. Are they selling for this?
There's no reason they should be that price. These are
Let's see if
trash.
there's any sales though.
Oh my god.
Or there's
There is.
sales. There's looks like there's sales.
Yeah, but like a few a day. But like, who the fuck is buying that? I think it's just literally off the own like anticipation
Because
that
it's the top base one,
yeah,
right?
literally
These
these
are
are like
these are
Go to
not
30-day. Go to 30-day volume and see.
bad. Go to what?
uh 30 day. Wait,
Go to
where? Sorry.
30-day volume on base on just
Uh,
the base chain.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
um. Wow, 30 day. Yeah, my bad. Okay. Virtual's Land. Virtual's Land. The fuck is this? Isn't Kaito? Isn't that the shit for logo is talking about? The app where you can see the mind share and shit.
Yeah, Kaito is what I was talking about earlier. It's not on
Kaito
base, is
Gen.
it? No,
It's
it's
a
on ETH,
base
right?
Yeah,
NFT.
keys are kind of not moving. I mean, on
Maybe
chain Dallas. What's that? Check that one out. The first one.
where?
That one, yeah.
Okay.
What is
Yeah.
this? What's going on here?
Handcrafted spatial connections. That's nice.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you can get this one for 1.3.
Oh, that's kind of sus. It's like staring into my soul.
Yeah. He looks blank in the eyes. She's like, no, I'm just kidding. Alrighty. I think we should call it a freaking day. Oh, I do have
Yep.
one base NFT. I actually bought the you know that DGen phone, the base phone. It's like Solana phone, but dropped a couple months ago. They're supposed to ship in the spring, but we'll see if I get some airdrops for that. But anyway, anything else before we close it out, guys?
Nothing from me.
Oh, born week.
Yep. Yeah, I just hold steady. Again, I wouldn't be selling anything of conviction. I think the best is yet to come, and this correction is probably the best thing that could have happened to crypto for everything to cool off. So, yeah, definitely. I just got my Twitter back. I'm super stoked about that. Haven't made a tweet yet. Literally got it back like less than a day ago or like a day ago, 24 hours ago. So,